Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Will Taylor trade in broken heart syndrome for a real broken heart again? We hoped it wouldn't happen, but here we are, tangled in that same old triangle on the bold and the beautiful. When the producers brought back Dr. Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, the audience pleaded for them not to put us on the Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Taylor merry-go-round again, and clearly they didn't listen. Because here we are for the millionth time. To make a long story short, the Forresters have been ousted at the company that Eric Forrester, John McCook, built with his bare hands, and Brooke has taken over as CEO. She says and seems to fully intend to try and get the company back for Ridge and his family, but he isn't buying it. This betrayal is like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's too much. Ridge doesn't care about Brooke's intentions more than he cares about the fact that she didn't stand with the company. This has caused Ridge to move back into his family's compound, and within literal hours he had his ex-wife and sometimes soulmate Taylor in his arms. Within a few days, he is planning a future with her, moving her into the mansion until they can lock down a beach house. The look in Ridge's eyes tells a different story. He loves Taylor and the stability and loyalty that she brings, but he is missing Brooke. Taylor breezed back into town, believing that she was dying. When she found out that her heart failure was actually broken heart syndrome, she was relieved. She went through some healing therapy that bonded her to Ridge, while happily declaring her independence. She told us several times that she didn't need a man to be happy, but the second that Ridge came running back, she scooped him up with her arms wide open. Surely this world-renowned shrink must see this as the ultimate rebound. To trust Ridge so completely, while knowing from experience that this is exactly his pattern. The second part of his pattern is to leave her for another chance with his Logan. Why is Taylor being so careless with her newly healed heart? Do you think her dalliance with Ridge will leave her broken-hearted all over again? The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Will Taylor trade in broken heart syndrome for a real broken heart again? Introduction. On the fast-paced, ever-turbulent world of the bold and the beautiful, few characters have endured as many twists and turns as Taylor Hayes. A brilliant, compassionate psychiatrist, Taylor's life has been plagued by the kinds of dramatic love triangles, betrayals, and emotional upheavals that seem to follow her wherever she goes. After decades of relationships that have been as passionate as they've been painful, the question arises, will Taylor Hayes trade in her broken heart syndrome for something far more devastating? A real broken heart, once again. In this week's spoilers, viewers are buzzing with excitement as Taylor finds herself at the crossroads of a significant emotional decision. Her heart has already been shattered once more after recent events, and now she's faced with a choice that could leave her heart irrevocably fractured. But could it be a choice that brings the kind of healing Taylor desperately needs, or will it plunge her back into an emotional abyss? Let's dive deeper into the possible outcomes and scenarios for Taylor, and what's next for this enduring character. The legacy of love and heartbreak. For Taylor, love has never been easy. Her heart has been torn between Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan for decades, only to see those relationships either falter or fracture at crucial moments. In addition to these powerful, long-standing rivalries, Taylor's heart has been bruised by betrayals from loved ones, and by the dissonance of not always being fully understood or appreciated for who she is. Her love for Ridge, a constant in her life, has remained a source of tension, attraction, and ultimately disappointment. Her recent struggles to reconnect with her former lover, Ridge, have left her questioning her own worth, her identity, and whether it's time to finally give up on him once and for all. On the other hand, Brooke's role as Ridge's other love interest has always loomed large, further compounding Taylor's sense of loss and frustration. Ridge is caught between these two powerful women, constantly torn by his feelings for both, and his inability to make a final decision between them has led to deep emotional scars for Taylor. For the last several weeks, Taylor has seemed to come to terms with her heartbreak. However, recent spoilers suggest that Taylor may be once again contemplating whether to give her heart fully to Ridge, this time in a much more vulnerable and or old habits. Taylor has learned much over the years, and this time around, she's determined to take control of her fate. She is no longer the naive, love-stricken woman of the past who let Ridge dictate the course of her romantic destiny. Instead, she has spent time investing in herself and her own emotional healing. But does this mean she is truly ready to face Ridge's indecision again? Or will she retreat into a more protective stance, choosing to preserve her heart rather than risk yet another fracture? There's a deep psychological tension here, one that has defined Taylor's narrative since the beginning. Her constant internal struggle between the desire for true love and the necessity of protecting her own emotional well-being. Her history with Ridge, filled with both passion and pain, creates a storm of conflicting emotions within her. Will she take the plunge and dive into the depths of a potential romance, or will she walk away from the emotional turmoil and embrace a new chapter in her life? The other possibility, could it be someone new? Although Ridge has been Taylor's longtime love interest, recent spoilers are pointing toward the possibility of a new direction for her. Could Taylor be ready to find someone entirely new to open her heart to? Someone who could heal her wounds and offer a fresh start? While many fans might still hold out hope for Taylor and Ridge, others are beginning to question whether Taylor deserves a love that is free from the ongoing drama of Ridge's indecision. Enter Dr. John Finn Finnegan. In a world where Taylor has largely been surrounded by the drama of Ridge and Brooke, could Finn be the safe haven Taylor desperately needs? Finn is young, kind, and not weighed down by the baggage that has defined Taylor's relationship history. His relationship with Steffi Forrester, his unwavering commitment to family, and his easygoing nature may be just the balm Taylor needs to recover from her past traumas. Could Taylor and Finn share more than just an intellectual connection? Could they build a love based on mutual understanding, respect, and emotional compatibility? As spoilers tease more of Finn's involvement in Taylor's world, it's hard to ignore the chemistry that may be brewing between them. A shift in focus, healing, or closure? Perhaps Taylor's real journey in the coming weeks won't be about choosing between Ridge and another man, but about choosing herself. It's been clear that the Good Doctor has spent most of her life focused on others, first as a mother to her children, then as a lover and confidant to her romantic partners, and ultimately as a therapist and healer to everyone around her. But what happens when Taylor decides it's time to prioritize her own healing? Could her broken heart be the vehicle through which she begins a process of closure and self-love? Spoilers hint at Taylor having some deep, introspective moments in upcoming episodes, reflecting on the choices she's made and what she truly wants in the future. After all, Taylor has always been a woman of strength, able to weather the storms of her past and face the toughest emotional battles. But could this time be different? Could she be done with the endless cycles of love and loss, instead choosing to turn her attention inward and find peace within herself? As Taylor continues to navigate the emotional minefield of her relationships, she will undoubtedly have to confront the very real possibility of further heartbreak. However, in doing so, she may discover something far more profound: the ability to let go of the past, to free herself from the patterns that have defined her heartache, and to embrace the idea that her happiness doesn't need to rely on the whims of others. Conclusion: the question of whether Taylor will trade in her broken heart syndrome for a real, tangible broken heart again is not so simple. As the bold and the beautiful dives deeper into the complexities of Taylor's character, viewers will be left wondering if she will take that leap of faith and embrace love once more, or finally make the choice to reclaim her life and emotions for herself. Whatever Taylor decides, one thing is certain: her journey toward healing, whether through the arms of a new love or through the deep work of emotional self-discovery, will continue to be a captivating one. And in true bold and beautiful fashion, it will leave fans eagerly waiting to see what's next for one of the show's most beloved and most broken characters.